I'd like to talk about the power of radio, a medium that we specialize in. In Lebanon, 200,000 domestic workers, roughly 5% of the population, are working there. They're mostly from the Philippines, from Kenya, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and they're all there working, trying to support their families back home. Unfortunately, many of these women are physically and sexually abused. They're often locked up, prevented from leaving their employers' homes, making it impossible for charities to reach them. This is an example from a couple of those women.
Suddenly, he hugged me so tight. He wanted to pull my pants. Then after that, he pulled me very strong to go in my room. And he did a sex to me, my front, in my back.
I'm long time there, 1 year and 7 months I will stay there. But I cannot go outside because they lock the door all the time.
So Sawa Minya is a charity dedicated to help rescue these women. And they knew that these women were listening to the radio. It's one of the few luxuries that their employers allowed them. And so they wanted to explore how radio could be used to reach them and get a message to these women. They spoke to their advertising agency in Lebanon, Ogilvy Action, who in turn contacted us. Radio creative is a difficult nut to crack, which is quite useful, especially for us, given we're a radio specialist, so it's quite good. Just as all other, I guess the main problem is that people don't listen to radio ads. And now I've got a look of horror from all the radio station owners in the room. People listen to what interests them, and sometimes it's a radio ad. The key for this campaign, as indeed for any campaign, is to make sure that we engaged our audience, we intrigued them and drew them into the campaign with creative that has the right balance of relevant cleverness. So the idea was to create a series of radio ads in languages that only the domestic workers would understand. But to avoid raising the suspicion of the employer, we disguised them to sound like other ads, the things you'd expect to hear advertised on the radio. And because radio was a personal medium, the more relevant the message was, the greater the engagement. So we tailored the creative to suit each target audience. We knew that Kenyans, they loved African cinema. So we made an ad to sound like it was promoting a new feature film, an African feature film. We made an ad targeting Filipino women, and we knew that they loved ballads and love songs. So we made an ad to sound like it was promoting a fictitious Filipino singer. Here's a couple of examples of the creative in the original language.
Kama wewe ni mfanyakazi wa ndani, tafadhali sikiliza ujumbe huu. Tumeficha kama matangazo ya filamu ili mwajili wako asitambue.
Hawatajua kamwe nini tunasema sisi.
Kama shirika linalopigania haki za wafanyakazi wa nyumbani, hatuwezi kutaja jina letu. Lakini kama wewe ni mwathirika wa unyanyasaji wa kimwili au kijinsia, tuko hapa kukusaidia.
Na tunataka kusaidia.
Tayari tumeokoa idadi ya wafanyakazi wa nyumbani. Kama unahitaji usaidizi, tafadhali tupigie simu nambari 765738842.
Wakati wote ni sawa.
Tunaweza kukusaidia.
Ndio, tutakusaidia.
Okay, so you get the idea. I mean, you probably understood as much as the employers of these women just then. But then there are other examples, like the Filipino singer. I'll play a little snippet of
Ito'y
that one.
para sa inyo.
Kung ikaw ay isang katulong, pakinggan mo ito.
Narito kami para...
Kunwari ay patalastas ito para sa isang mga awit mula sa Pilipinas na hindi totoo.
So there was an ad also for promoting a Nepalese street carnival.
यदि तपाई घरेलु कामदार हुनुहुन्छ भने कृपया यो सन्देश राम्रोसँग सुन्नुहोला। हामीले विज्ञापनका रूपमा यो सडक महोत्सवमा छपक्क छापेका कारण तपाईलाई जागिर
And there was a gym, and so it went on. There's an Ethiopian gym. Like I said, you understood there probably as much as most people listening to the ads if you're not speaking that language. But you kind of post-rationalize, I don't understand what it is, but I kind of get what the message is because I hear those sound effects and the tone of voice. However, the actual message was something very different. Here's the translation for the African film ad.
If you're a domestic worker, please listen to this message. We've disguised it as a movie trailer for a romantic drama, so your employer doesn't catch on.
They will never know what we are saying.
As an organization that fights for domestic workers' rights, we can't mention our name. But if you're a victim of physical or sexual abuse and you're too scared to talk to anyone, we want you to know we're here to help.
And we want to help you.
We have already rescued a number of domestic workers just like you. So if you or anyone you know needs help, please call us anytime on 76-573-842. Remember, you can call us anytime on 76-573-842.
Anytime is fine.
We can help.
Yes, we will help you.
And the Filipino singers, quite interesting to hear this one.
This one's for you.
If you're a domestic worker, please listen to this message.
We are here to help you. We'll be here for you.
We've disguised it as an ad for a
We are
singer from the
here to
Philippines.
help you.
That isn't real, so that your employer doesn't catch on. As an organization that fights for domestic workers' rights, we can't mention our name. But if you're a victim of physical or sexual abuse and you're too scared to talk to anyone, we want you to know we're here to help.
We'll wait for you. We'll be waiting for your call today.
We have already rescued a number of domestic workers just like you. So if you or anyone you know needs help, please call us anytime on 76-573-842. Remember, you can call us anytime
We can help you.
on 76-573-842. We can help.
So that gives you the essence of the idea. Like you said, there were 5 versions of each, of the 5 different pieces of creative, targeting us, I guess, focusing on a particular interest for each of the audience that we were trying to target. It would have been easy to do a straight voice ad in that language and no sound effects, not trying to be anything different. But as a listener, and not understanding it, it probably would have raised more suspicion. And then for the audience that we were targeting, it may not have actually engaged them at all enough anyway, because just the ad would have sounded boring. In terms of results, it's very hard to talk about results when you're talking about lives. It's not like, it's a difficult KPI, I guess. Helping one woman out of the situation would be a great result. As it happened, Sawa and Minya have confirmed the campaign has directly helped rescue 17 women, with another 50 in the processing stage. There's a legal process that has to be taken through to liberate them. A powerful campaign and an example of a powerful medium. Radio is a daily part of our lives, and we choose a station that best reflects our own attitudes and our own communities. It keeps us informed, it keeps us entertained, in touch with the people that we find, we relate to. And plus it suits our busy lives. Nothing gives us something to do while we're doing something else. Does actually make sense if you think about it. But more importantly, it's personal. It's a personal medium. It's intimate and it's one-to-one. And the commercials we create need to reflect that. People may hear your ad, but that's not enough. They need to be able to listen to it. And they'll only listen if your ad is engaging and relevant, whatever the language is. And only then will it resonate and generate a response. And in some cases, it may even save a life. Thank you for your time today.